General Failure podcast is now being calibrated for your listening pleasure.
Welcome to episode 185 of the General Failure podcast for the week of June 26th, 2019. Brought to you by RadioHaver.com. This week, the Steam summer sale hits, everyone goes to Hogwarts, and video games get a little too realistic. I'm CJ, and I got with me TJ.
What up?
And Dom.
I'm gay.
Holy shit, that's some old video.
That's some old memeage right there.
Old shit.
Some old ass memeage.
That was before memes were memes.
Yep.
Oh, man. So we're going to start the way that we usually do with what are you playing? Dom, why don't you start us off?
Okay. So I talked, I don't know, 2 weeks ago after we were talking about E3 about Ori and the Wisp of the Willow or whatever. I couldn't remember the name of it from E3 that I was looking forward to. So I went back and I found out that the first game, Ori and the Blind Forest, your mic is just like drooping on you.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
Ori and the
It
Blind
stopped.
Forest is on Game Pass, so it was free for Xbox.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, NPC, because they're all connected now. 'Cause
Yeah.
Game Pass works for everything.
Woo, woot, woot.
So I downloaded that and started playing it, and as expected, it's fucking awesome.
Nice.
It's it's a small little indie game. You play as this little, I don't know, like it looks like a cat.
Guessing like 2D side scroller kind of thing.
Yeah, it's basically like a. It's like
you said 2D sex scroller. I was like, what?
That's also on Steam.
It sure is. There's probably 1,000 of them.
Usually at least one of them's in the top 10
Yeah.
in sold games.
Every month.
Which makes no sense.
And
It
unlike-
makes sense.
And unlike the old days of Newgrounds, they aren't free. You have to actually pay for them.
Yeah.
Yes, and they're VR games now, so it got even creepier.
So this 2D sex scroller, you play as a little cat. It looks like a cat. Your name is Ori, and you were basically there's a tree of life or something in the forest that dies, and all the leaves fall off, and all the leaves are like these blue little glowing things, and you are one of the leaves. So you fall down, you turn into your little cat self, and you basically are gonna die because
Is it a Japanese game? Because that would make sense.
probably I don't know.
Because the storyline would make
Yeah,
sense.
it's probably based off
So the forest
Japanese.
is probably. So the forest is dying. You get adopted by this creature who basically mothers you, takes care of you, and then that the forest is dying, so there's no food, there's nothing, so that creature just starves to death.
Oh, okay, cool.
So the game starts off basically with your mother dying, and I was like, oh.
Man, I'm in a pickle.
Yep. So basically, the whole point of the game is to restore the forest back to health. So you have to restore like the three main elements, which are water, wind, and warmth.
Earth, air,
Yeah,
heart.
earth, heart,
Warmth?
sunlight, something like that.
I love how they always try to come up with like different elements in games.
Yeah.
Instead of just like earth, wind, fire, water.
Yeah. Well, I
They
mean,
like come up with really weird shit.
fire is not necessarily an essential
Well,
to the
yeah.
forest, but that was really what the whole portion of it was. Once you go into what it used to be the lake, but it's the swamp now, it's all like poison water and everything, and you basically have to unpoison the water.
Someone poisoned the water.
Pretty
Oh.
much. Then you have to go to like the wind area and do everything there and restore the wind back to its natural state, and then you go to the fucking fire and lava area and you have to drain the lava essentially. Those are really the three main objectives.
No fire, but we got lava.
Yeah. It's it's the first of all, the graphics are like incredible. It's got
Really?
like
Nice.
it's got like that type of like unique visual style that like kind of looks like a cartoon. But
Like
it just
Cuphead kind of thing?
not like hand drawn Cuphead style.
Oh, okay.
If you take a look at the screenshots, you'll know what I mean.
Cuphead.
It looks like an indie game though, with like those really cool, unique style. But it looks really good. The controls are really, really like tight and like really precise. So it's one of those games where like you don't feel cheated when you get killed, and you're gonna fucking die a lot. I don't remember how many times I died. The last time I checked, it was coming close to 400.
Holy shit.
wow.
I thought, I'm almost at 100, not 400.
No, at one point I was like, shit, I'm at 100. And then like 2 minutes later, and I was like, oh, cool, 125. Because there's times where,
Oh, yeah, this is real pretty.
yeah, it's one of those games where like,
This is like,
you
all
don't-
this is like desktop backgrounds.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's what it feels like because it's so nicely.
It's a lot, but it's
well done.
really good depth and just
Yeah.
like the
you
colors.
actually get depth in a 2D game.
yeah.
which
So
is
while
weird.
you're going through, like the story kind of unfolds of like the glory of the forest and like what happened. And there's an owl chasing you. And they explain that the owl basically was feeding its newborns. And when the forest died and everything took over, its newborns got murdered. So the owl is like basically just pissed, and he's trying to murder you because you were part of the tree, and like that tree killed everything. So you're like being chased by an owl, and like all this stuff unfolds, and like there's like a narrator who speaks in whatever language and subtitled and everything. Like it's just a really good atmosphere. But it's one of those games where it's like kind of like Super Meat Boy, where there's really fucking tricky jumps, and when you die, it doesn't like you don't die and then load and go back. Like you die and then you're just right back where you were. Yeah. Like it within like just a second.
Dead.
Exactly.
Dead.
Basically, maybe not that quick, but like within a second you're back where you were. And that's how I was able to die 400 times, but still beat the game in like 5 hours.
See, that game needs the Mario Maker where it like X's out where you die.
Oh yeah. There's some parts where it would have been filled with X's. There were some
screen
times
is just white with X's everywhere.
Man, there were some times where like there's 2 parts in the game. Once I think there might be 3 parts. One of them was you're being chased by lava, and one of them is you have to use like a little glidey thing. All the wind is blowing up, and you have to like kind of go through a maze.
Oh, of course.
And they're long and they're difficult. Oh, the other part was with water, I think.
You know what else
and
is long and difficult?
Thing.
Oh God.
Your period.
Yeah.
And I died so many fucking times, but they're like marathons where like there's no checkpoints in between there. You can't you like place this little portal to save, but you can't place the portal if enemies are around or if you're on an unsafe ground.
Is this just like The Legend of Zelda, the side scroller?
I guess kind of.
It's just like I feel like you're talking like there's like temples. You know, I feel like a lot of the Zelda temples were always like, well, the water temple.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. There's just the basic things like what are the most basic elements we can have? Water, wind, earth, heart, always heart.
Oh man, that kid
the
was
Captain
stupid.
Planet temple. But I mean, it's free right now, so there's no reason to not check it out. But even if it wasn't free, it's such a good.
Is it
indie
ever
game.
like a not? How much is it if it just wanted to buy it?
I have no idea. I would assume it's probably around $15. It's been out for a few years.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine it's any more than 15 or 20 bucks. When the new one comes out next year, it's probably going to drop even more.
Yeah.
But this might just stay on Game Pass also, so you can just get it for free.
Yeah. Plus, it's the summer, so who knows?
Yeah,
But we'll
even
get into
with the
that.
summer sale. It might be off of, I don't know what it is right now, but it was free for me, and I had a blast playing it. And like I said, it only takes like 5 hours to finish. I didn't 100% it. I didn't collect everything.
It's $9.99 on Steam right now.
There you go.
Nice.
So it's $10 if you want to get it on Steam, or if you have Game Pass,
Oh, there's
it's
a
free.
definitive edition.
That's
on
what's
Steam.
That's what's free on Game Pass right now is a definitive edition. Yep.
Yeah, and that's the one they don't even have the old one available.
Oh, okay.
To buy. You just have to buy the new one.
Yeah, well, $10 is not bad. And it has like a Metroidvania style like map to it, where you can check the map and you can see where you visited, where certain areas are. You can unlock different powers. You can like upgrade your weapon. You can do different jumps, things like that. And then you also collect different abilities as you go through. So like there's a really good sense of progression where you never feel like
It's just kind of flatlining.
Exactly. Like you get powers and new abilities like all the way up until the end. And there's times where just like a game like Metroid or Castlevania or Shadow Complex, where you'll go past an area and you're like, oh, I really want to go in there. Oh, I can't go in there. And then you'll get a power later and you're like, I bet you I can go back to that area.
Do it.
So you're going to backtrack and find that. You can
That's
upgrade
good
your
special
life.
shit.
You can upgrade your energy.
Man, I wish I could do that.
Upgrade your life. It's just a really good tight game, and I definitely recommend it.
Also,
Sweetness.
the Xbox Game Pass for PC is currently running at $5 a month as an introductory.
That's not bad.
No, that's
Yeah.
not bad at all.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
they're coming out with the new thing soon too.
Right.
What new thing?
The streaming.
The streaming plus.
I know
the
that's
Xbox Pass.
soon, is it?
Or
I
is
don't
that
know.
We
No,
talked about it the other
they have
week.
the
That plugs into the TV.
they have the Game Pass Ultimate, and that
Yeah.
comes with Xbox Game Pass, PC Game Pass, plus your Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
it was.
Yeah, that came out
That came out.
immediately.
Yeah.
I already converted my membership to it because I was spending $10 a month on Game Pass, and I was spending $60 a year on Xbox Live,
Mhm.
and $60 a year over 12 months was at $5 a month. So it equals to be the same thing. Plus, I get Game Pass on the computer. So
Yeah.
I converted mine immediately because I was like, "There's no reason to not do it."
Do you have to
It
pay
costs-
monthly, or can you?
Yeah, for that, for some reason, you
Yeah.
have to pay monthly. I don't know why. Kind of stupid. But
I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like pay monthly anyway.
yeah, you pay monthly anyway, and the amount that you're paying monthly is probably $12 or $13.
Yeah.
And then
I think it's
I don't think you
11?
have and then I don't think you have Game Pass. So
No, I
essentially,
don't.
you're getting Game Pass for your PC for $4 a month.
Yep.
Like
Yeah, I should probably do it.
that's a no brainer. You get a ton of new games, and they're always something good on there.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on. TJ, why don't you tell us what you're playing?
So I grabbed 2 things from Steam.
My dick and my balls.
Boom! That's 3 things.
Oh, you have 2 balls again?
Yep. I grew one back.
Oh, I
It's
thought
like
you
a
got that.
snake's tail.
I thought you got that replacement.
A lizard's tail, not a snake's tail, because that's just the snake.
That's just the whole snake.
It's just the head's left, and I don't think you could do much with it. So yeah, I grabbed a Poly Bridge, which is a like very unique, like very blocky game where you're just building a bridge from one side to the other and having
Minecraft.
cars go over it. But it's like more of like an out, like push back view,
Okay.
and you're just like building a bridge with the stuff they give you for each level, and you
So
have to have
kinda
cars
like,
go by it.
What is it like?
Bridge Simulator 2019.
Bridge. No. But is it more like or more in line with what's the rocket game?
Oh, Cabal Space
Yeah,
Program?
Cabal Space
yeah, it's kind
Program.
of like that
Kinda
to
like
a
that.
degree. Like, if you dumbed it down to, like, its base level, yeah, it's a lot
Yeah.
like that. And then cars go by it, like, go over it, and it stress tests the bridge.
Huh.
So if you build it wrong, the thing just fucking folds up immediately. There'll be boats that go under, so you have to put hydraulics in the bridge. So
Actually
it
make
can go
draw
up.
bridges. And
Yeah,
everything?
they make
That's cool.
drawbridges and stuff. You have to like go around terrain and stuff. It's a lot of fun because it reminds me of an old game called Bridge Builder. That was like
Bridge Simulator
Yeah, it
2000.
was like I think
1995.
the game came out in 2005, or not 2005, 2000.
Yeah.
Like it's an old fucking game, and I remember that game. And I saw this on sale. I was like, "Holy shit, I gotta get this!" So it's really simple. You can also make. There's also levels where you have to make a ramp for the the motorbike that goes by because you don't get enough stuff because they only give
Fucking
you a
launch 'em.
limited amount of stuff to do,
Yeah.
and you get a budget, so you can't go over that budget either.
Oh.
So you're
That's
also
cool.
fighting.
Can you sell stuff back that you don't use?
Yeah, you can delete
Okay.
stuff and it'll give you the money back. And then it also does top scores for everyone in the world. And then it's a quick button to view friends.
That's cool.
So my brother bought it as well, and we were playing back and forth, and we were playing the same levels at the same time, and we'd just be like facing each other
That's
off
pretty
and trying
funny.
to see who could build a better bridge at
How-
lower cost.
Can you like put like traffic circles and stuff in the middle of the bridge?
No. There's like it's like a 2D when you build the bridge,
Okay.
and then when you hit play more or less,
Okay.
and then
Can you
it shows the bridge out.
can you change how wide the bridge is? Like, could I do like an 8-lane bridge? Really, what my
no.
entire goal here is to kind of funnel as many people into a weak spot as I can, so
And then
the
watch the
most
fucking
amount of
go
people die.
The best was you had to build like a super big ramp, and it's a motorbike and a car that go by. So the motorbike goes up, makes it no problem. The car goes up, it like half backflips, and then eats the side of the mountain, goes down. I was like, fuck.
Did
was
I
so
win?
close. So if you're looking for like a super dumb game to play, and it's super simple to get, they do a tutorial with everything right off the get-go for you.
Mhm.
And then they build up with levels. Go check out Poly Bridge. It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
I highly recommend it. Just wasting a ton of money on it so far. This is one of the pictures of like one of the bridges built. And like you just have to ramp cars over shit.
Cool.
But like when you're building it, it's like a 2D thing where you drag lines, and it's got a grid pattern, so you can drag them in correct spaces. And also with the budget, you have to like cut down how much material you're using. So you'll make it on your first go, and then be like, all right, I want to cut down the budget. So you'll be shrinking stuff as much as possible.
Yeah.
And try to make the stress as close to 100 as possible without the thing just going bang. Because the best is when you hit play and the bridge automatically just goes bang. And you're like, I fucked up.
Forgot to
somewhere.
put legs.
Nice strong breeze just rolls through. Just,
Woohoo! Or the boat comes and just destroys the fucking thing too. That's always fun.
fuck this bridge. I'm a boat.
So yeah, go check out Poly Bridge. It's on Steam right now, on sale. And I'm also playing. I picked up a tabletop simulator because I was like, you know what? I'm not a huge fan of Roll20. I think it's cumbersome.
Yeah.
And I like being able to have more of a 3D effect, so it feels like you're playing. Tabletop Simulator fucking does it 10 times more than I thought it could.
And it's been out for a while, so a lot of people have.
Almost every board game you can think of is on there for free.
Yeah.
It's part of the workshop, and they have like hundreds of thousands of stuff on the workshop. Like
some of them
I downloaded Betrayal with the expansion on it.
Some of them are official too.
Yeah.
The ones that are on there.
I mean, and it's like playing the game. Like you can pick up the cards, you can move stuff around, you can and I downloaded D&D one that was phenomenal. It had every card for every class. It had it had the books that you could literally open the book and then zoom in and you could see the writing on the book itself.
That's crazy.
There's tablets that you can add to each player. So they have a tablet so you can actually surf the internet in the game. So you don't have to alt tab out of it because some of the stuff, because there's a lot of stuff going on, it gets a little unstable sometimes.
Can you take that tablet and join the game again? And then just have an endless amount of people?
You might be able to probably join Roll20 on it.
Yeah, I wonder if that would break.
Probably, because I broke it once. Because there's a button on the thing that says flip, and I hit it, and it flips the entire table. And when you have thousands of things on the table, it just fucking launched everything.
That's
and
awesome.
It crashed the game completely.
Did the D&D one have like a good like map kind of builder?
Yeah, you can. There was already a from the one I downloaded. There was already a 20. It was a huge map grid already.
That's awesome.
And you can go into objects. There's tiles already for like building tiles and shit, and they kind of click together easily.
Nice.
There's hundreds of figurines that you can get as well. So you want to make your character there, you can build them there. There's different dice you can pick. There's dice towers on the fucking thing.
That's awesome.
Like anything that you could think of. Also campaigns. They have the one I ran into was Horde the Dragon Queen.
Oh, cool.
And they have it pre-built.
Huh.
So you just go into the game and everything you need for that campaign is right there.
That's pretty awesome.
That's really fucking amazing.
And it's crazy what you can do with this thing.
You gotta try a D&D game on it.
I really do, because I think it would be better than Roll20, because you can you go around, you can move pieces around and stuff.
That's
When do you
really
get
awesome.
like sound effects in there too, like music?
You can do lighting effects, you can do music. There's actual the great thing is you can grab a calculator and put it out, and it's like one of those old fucking shitty calculators, and you can just do calculations.
That's pretty funny.
there.
But what the kind of goal here is that we could start a D&D game that we could do from home, and we could stream it. Because we could just get on Discord and talk through there and play the game.
Good one though, because the one I found had too much stuff in it.
Yeah.
It was like all
really over the place.
Yeah,
and stuff. Yeah.
Like my computer is fine, but anything below what mine was, it would have a struggle. Like there was a dragon sitting in the GM chair.
Oh,
that was like moving and shit. I'm like, why? There was like pizzas and like Coke cans and shit all over the place. I'm like, they really tried to make it feel like
seriously,
you're in a D&D game.
Yeah, I haven't been on Tabletop Simulator in a couple of years. I
would
check
check it out because they've gotten some crazy stuff.
Dorito bags,
awesome.
and
fucking Dorito
and unused condoms.
I didn't see that. But I saw the Dorito bag that was there. They also had a knife and a gun there, which wasn't made any sense.
Yeah, when the session gets really heated.
I was gonna say it's for the next day at school when you go and shoot up the school. We're trying to make this realistic, right?
Oh, no. So yeah, I would highly suggest if you have friends,
for when that DM rolls that nat 20 for the monster one too many times.
And that's the cool thing. You actually you can actually roll the dice. So you can pick up the D20 and then roll it across the table. The one I found too.
You can get pissed and throw it across the room.
You can
just get it. That bitch. The best was, for some odd reason, I saw it like it was like a cannon, like this big, and I put a dice in it, and it fucking blew that thing onto the table and rolls.
That's awesome. I would use that every time.
Awesome.
I would use that every time.
And the best is you can
gotta play a swashbuckler, and that's the way you like the dice tower. Fucking who invited the fucking pirate?
And with like everything you can add anything. So like there was the really big one that had everything. Had character sheets that you could type in the game.
Oh yeah.
That's
So
cool.
you could sit there and type in your whole character sheet,
That's
or
cool.
they said that you can just import an image of your character sheet and be right there.
Wow.
That's really
I was
fucking awesome.
blown away by what you could do. And this
Damn.
is all
How much does this game cost?
I think right now it's
Yeah,
on
it's
sale for
super
$10.
cheap.
That's
It's-
it?
It's super
Yeah.
cheap.
Dude, I'm literally going to
And
get it
then
tonight. Just
all-
just for the sake of like
it's been
in the
out for
future.
a long time too.
That's fucking crazy.
And all the D&D stuff, all the board games on there,
Yeah.
totally free.
Wow.
It's people that are making these
Holy
things.
shit.
Yeah, no, this is all. Yeah,
And they
even
are
with the board games, it's people.
Exact.
Yeah,
Like
they did
I was
really
looking at the Betrayal one,
Yeah.
and it is like it is literally what you can do with
And
it.
I'm
fucking
pretty
crazy.
sure if you do flip the table, there is like an undo flip somewhere.
I tried figuring that out, but the game crashed before I could.
Nice. I'm sure flipping all the shit that was probably on the table just.
including the dragon.
Yeah, there was the thousands.
See
of
that
things
dragon
on
just.
it. Yeah, that was cool too. You can get
Dragon.exe has stopped working.
the figures that I found. I think they came with the game that you can place. They actually have like an attack button on them, so you can actually be like attack, and then you see like the knight stab the ball hole
my
there real
God.
quick. It doesn't do anything else,
Yeah,
but
still.
and they move and stuff, and you can tell them to like sheathe their sword and stuff. It's
That's
just,
really great.
it's crazy what you can do with it, and it's almost all free because
And
people have put so much work into it.
Yeah, and I bet if you got a VR for your PC, that would
Yeah,
be
you could do-
pretty fucking amazing.
You can do VR with it
Because I know this game is hooked up pretty well to VR.
Yeah.
through
because I
Steam.
mean you can literally sit playing D&D
Yeah,
without leaving your desk.
Yeah.
which is
It's fucking awesome.
crazy.
do it. Check that out.
Let's see. Yeah, no, it's on Steam right now, on sale because everything's fucking
Because
on sale
everything's
at
on
this point.
sale, and we will get
Um,
to that.
I think it's $10.
Yeah,
I'm
which is
gonna buy it
amazing.
tonight.
I think it's
Yeah.
normally like 30,
Yeah, I was really lucky.
but even at 30, like
yeah,
that's not bad.
one of our college
Especially
friends bought it
since-
for me.
Oh damn! Especially since with Roll20, you have to buy
Yeah,
all the stuff
you have to
on
buy
top. You have to
everything.
buy
Right.
everything at MSRP prices.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Which
they
are-
have to do it legally.
Yeah, which is
Bullshit.
ridiculous. It is crazy price. Yeah, Tabletop Simulator is $9.99 right now.
Yeah.
It's normal. The standard pack is $20 if you just get it. And then they also have some of the licensed stuff, like Zombicide is on here.
Yeah.
Super Fight.
Oh, nice.
They have 37 different games that are downloadable.
Yeah.
Scythe,
Yeah, all
Um,
the actual like
Pillars of Eternity, Cavern Tavern,
Official-
Abaca What. Like they're
Abaca-What.
official
yeah,
ones
the
that are
official
made,
games. Yeah,
and they're like $4.99 for the game,
Wow.
which
which is probably
like,
like a 25 to 35, if even $50 game.
yeah.
And
Especially with
Zombicide's 100.
Yeah, Zombicide's a $100 game,
That's
so you're
ins-
getting that
Really?
Yeah,
$100 because there's so
much shit in
so
it.
many
Oh my
things you
God.
can play with Zombicide too,
Ridiculous.
And there's like 5 or 6 different games, and they're all anywhere from like $70
and
to $100.
all of them have been
Jesus.
kickstarted.
Yeah.
Oh, Red Dragon Inn's on here too, which is hilarious. So
all
if
20 expansions of it.
no, but they're probably close. So if you want to play with friends with RPGs, tabletop games, they have fucking Texas Hold'em on here. You can
Yeah.
play card games and
Yeah.
stuff. If you just can't find time to actually get together or don't have a place to get together, I highly suggest this over Roll20.
Check it
Just
out.
because it's so much cheaper. So go check it out. Tabletop Simulator for $10 right now, and then Polybridge for $4.99.
Nice. All right. So
Yeet.
just completely extending this "What are you playing?" to the entire
Yeah,
episode.
we have a lot of stuff.
We do have a lot of plays. So,
Steam.
so my parents are in town, and one of my mother's favorite things to do lately is
Dicks.
the hey, that's my mother. I'm telling.
No. She yelled me
One of
again.
my one of our favorite things to do, like that we've been doing whenever they come up, is one of the Bob Ross paintings. Like one of her very good friends. You know, she has all the DVDs. She does the classes.
My brother listens to them. Goes to
Dude,
sleep.
They're,
with
they're
them.
nice. So we got our hands on the new the Bob Ross.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, "Is that
That was me.
real?"
He put Bob Ross and I changed it to Boob Ross.
It's
Oh, it also said
You're
Art of
welcome.
Chill.
yeah, that's it. The name of the board game is Bob Ross: The Art of Chill.
Oh,
and it's
a
fucking-
chili before.
It's fucking amazing the way
I
that
didn't.
it's set
I
up.
didn't type chili.
No, I don't.
That was get the fuck out. So it's 2 to 4 players, and basically the whole point of the game is like it's exactly like the show. Like you as a player are painting along with Bob. So like when the game begins and you set everything up, you get a hand of cards, and those cards are like there are 2 purposes. The top of the card is like the paint colors, and the bottom of the card is the type of brush. And the
Are you
paint
competing against each other?
you are to see who can be the most chill.
That seems weird.
It is. So
TJ, you would immediately lose.
Yes, I would.
So you're
Be like, I can win. I can win this. Fuck it.
I'm not chill enough. So you're painting along with Bob. So you pull out a painting at random. They're all paintings from the show, and you put it up on. They give you
like 8
a little
billion of
pedestal.
them.
I know. You put it up on a little pedestal, and you put your little Bob figure, and Bob has his own little track, and you roll a die. And every time somebody rolls a die, you either move Bob. Or
Bob
like,
watches you in your sleep.
you like pull an extra an extra card, or you get to play an extra card. But basically, it's really cool because, like I said, your cards are your paints and your brushes. Your playboard in front of you is like your your color palette, and it's split into 2 sides. So like you kind of like have to.
What is it, the darks and lights?
Yeah. Ooh, no.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to.
You kind of have to like strategically place your colors because it's like you're mixing the colors to try and paint the stuff.
Whoa. We don't want to mix the colors here.
Whoa. Separate but equal. Am I right? So there's this. So every painting has 3 features on it, like happy little trees or fluffy clouds, and every
Not
feature.
mistakes, it's happy accidents.
Exactly, and every feature has
Just
a
like
list
kids.
of happy little accidents. Every feature has like a list of colors and the brush you need to paint that feature.
Yep.
So if you can get the colors down in your palette, and then from your hand you play the right brush, you paint the feature, and if you paint it before Bob does, you get extra points. You get extra chill.
How the fuck do you beat Bob?
Because
He's dead. It's pretty easy.
damn. Now, the funny thing about this is I played this with my mother and father, who like to say they like playing board games with us, but it's kind of like they're not like crazy into board games. Like a lot of stuff we do is like trivia games, and then even still, like we just usually ask questions. We don't actually play the game.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's give this a try. My mom was all for it. She was super excited. My dad sat down. I'm like, are you gonna play? He's like, yeah, I'll give it a try. I'm like, are you sure? This is a little bit complicated. He's like, no, I got this. And the game starts, and he's like, coming to his turn. He's like, I don't know. My wife is like, she's like, well, what do you want to paint? Like, what are you trying to paint? Maybe do you have this color? Put this color down. He fucking wins the game. He finished 2 of the gods. So we finished 3 paintings.
He's been hustling you this whole time.
Bob finished 1 of the paintings, and my dad
Fucking
finished the
Bob.
other 2 fucking paintings. So
Painting furniture,
yeah.
goddamn Bob.
I think it might be a Target exclusive. You can get it on Amazon. It's like $25. Super cheap. 2 to 4
Okay.
players, but it's a lot of fun. Everything about it is
Only
really
2 to
fun.
4, damn.
Yeah. But I would highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. The other thing I am playing, and let me take a sip of water because I'm going to try and do a lot of talking in a very short amount of time.
Oh boy. Dick, balls.
Okay.
Count how many words he says.
I know. So on Friday, the launch of Wizards Unite, the new Harry Potter mobile game, the Pokemon Go skin, came
because
out.
you stopped playing the
Exactly.
other Harry Potter game because it was shitty.
Exactly. And they're still trying to pump it. But so the game is supposed to come out on Friday. We found out it came out on Thursday. So I don't know. I was told it's coming out on Friday. We got a day early.
Early access, bitch.
Yeah,
Someone
exactly.
goofed up.
Somebody goofed up, but it doesn't matter. I will say, I'm assuming, however this happened, my assumption is WB Games through another like company they're calling I'm not gonna remember, Portkey Games took the IP or took the engine from Niantic and then built the Harry Potter game on top of it. Have you guys played it at all?
I haven't, no.
You
I
haven't.
haven't.
Whatever they did, they took everything that was good about Pokemon Go and then added even more better things to it.
I thought you were about to say that.
no.
broke all of it.
No.
Because that's what usually happens.
Yeah, that's the thing is, and what's funny is there's a bunch of stuff that's still closed in the game. Like there's just like little random things that just aren't
Oh, you mean
available
they put out a
yet,
game that it isn't
but they're coming soon.
totally done?
But the thing is, it's not like when Pokemon Go first came out, which is what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Where
Like
it
I
was,
was
like,
expecting a very
useless.
similar fucking thing. So to kind of like give the similarities, as a wizard,
This game doesn't look too bad.
you are trying to like
Graphically, what I've seen, it looks really good.
yeah, no, it looks really good. So instead of collecting Pokemons, you're collecting these things called foundables. And basically, I don't know, there's a whole fucking story in here. There's voice acting. They got people that sound like Harry Potter or like Daniel Radcliffe. And
Actually,
like,
I heard that Lauren was playing.
Yeah.
And it was like she was trying to figure out if it was Daniel Radcliffe, and I was like, I don't think it is, but it's
there's a little
there's
different.
a little off. Yeah.
And
Jesus Christ, like the one screen I found, it looks almost exactly like Pokemon.
yeah.
Like
Yup.
it's a carbon copy.
So instead of Pokeballs, you have energy, just like your spell energy. And instead of catching Pokemon, you're catching confoundables. Now, the what I will say the big difference about them is instead of having like a bunch of different type of like Pokemon to catch in the game, they split them up into. The best way to put it is kind of like sticker books. Like you're walking around and like you'll see like a bunch of what the Pokemon would normally look like, but they look like little logos. Like there's a logo that looks like the Hogwarts Express. There's a logo that looks like the Death Eater symbol. And when you click on it, it could be one of several things that you need to collect for that category. And to get the like check mark in your book that you caught it, you can either need one thing, you can need 4 of those things. So like you might need to catch multiples of them. And
It's like postage stamp collecting.
yeah, but the thing is like, it's really, I will say what they did that feels a lot better is when you are catching whatever those things are, those foundables, when you're catching them, like the graphics, like I don't want to say they're better because there's people. You know, like there's actual people in the game, like Luna Lovegood is one of them, and she gets trapped in something, and you have to save her. So like, there's a lot of stuff like that where it like, I don't want to say it's better because Pokemon is what it's supposed to be, Pokemon, and this is Harry Potter that has like 7 fucking books and 8 movies, and then the other 3, 2 movies, 3. I don't even know what we're up to right now, but there's just so much lore and stuff, so it's understandable that they have all this extra story.
Pokemon's got like 5 billion episodes, 8,000
but
movies.
when it comes
all the
down to
same.
it, they're all the same. Like Pokemon has a very shallow like core to it because it was based off of a collectible, and it was made to make toys, to make kids buy collectible toys. That's
Like
really what it is.
Hey, that's not a problem.
Like most Japanese animes.
Yeah, Transformers. But
Damn it.
Harry Potter is not like that.
Yeah.
Harry Potter is based around the story and the characters.
Yeah, Harry Potter is just being hoarded out to make money.
Right.
And I think with saying that, that's one of my biggest.
We're about 10 minutes away from J.K. Rowling tweeting that somebody was an actual whore, and that's how she paid her way into Hogwarts.
I knew it. My biggest like issue with the game is the paywall. There's definitely like
where Pokemon doesn't really.
the thing is
Once
like
you start collecting enough stuff, you really don't need to
you
pay
can
anything.
so you have a max of 75 energy, and with the amount that like we've been playing, I feel like I haven't gotten back up to that full 75 energy. Like it's not easy because when you go to, so instead of Pokestops, you have inns. And what's kind of cool about the inn is like when you open it up, it isn't like a little fucking circle that you spin.
Yeah.
Like it looks like an inn. Like when you open it up, there's like 5 different things that you can collect. And there's like a cloche that goes over it and they spin around, and then you do like a little spell and you get one of them randomly. And those
cloches.
cloche. What did I say? Cloche?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, it's a cloche. Anyway, that shiny metal thing that hides the food. You can get like a turkey dinner.
What is the name of that thing?
Yeah, it's a cloche.
The shiny
It is a
metal thing
cloche.
that hides the food?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cloche.
I don't know.
Oh,
We were
so
right.
that's a cloche.
It's my giant
We were
fork.
right. It's a cloche.
Face.
But you get like birdie bot beans, which only give you 3 energy, or you can get a fucking turkey dinner, which gives you like 10 energy. But like the thing is like
First of all, a turkey dinner clearly gives you negative energy. Has no one ever had Thanksgiving dinner? You immediately fall asleep.
tryptophan, people, tryptophan.
Yeah, you do.
Get the itis. But the thing is, unlike
itis.
Pokemon, where it's like you might throw like 1 or 2, or if it's a really fucking hard Pokemon, 20 and lose all your Pokeballs. When you're out there and you're trying to do the confoundables, you can either catch things or you can fight things. There are some things that you can fight.
I can fight the
and
shit
when
out
you
of everything.
when you fight this shit, it takes up a lot of goddamn energy.
Yeah.
And then, like the gyms, they have things that are called fortresses. And when you go in those fortresses, you're spending energy. So it's like you only get a max of 75 energy.
Which is, it doesn't feel like a lot, seeing as
It
how
isn't.
with Pokeballs you can get as many as you can fit in your fucking
yeah, because
item.
it doesn't. Yeah, the energy doesn't count towards your item total.
Okay.
But then you get stuff to make potions. So that's cool. That's like a really cool thing. Like as you walk around, you can click on stuff that's there. You collect all these different ingredients. You can make a bunch of different potions.
Can you make coins like you can in Pokemon?
You can, doing through various there's like a shit ton of different achievements that you can go through. Like there's a bunch of different storylines and achievements and just all sorts of stuff that you can collect from. Some of them will give you coins, and then you can use those coins if you wanted to upgrade your storage. But the thing is, like,
which is what I do on Pokemon.
yeah, but like I've barely been playing, and I can't collect anything else for my potions because I can't make the potions fast enough, and I can't collect stuff because I'm just like, I don't know what I need. I don't know what's good. So I'm just fucking clicking and everything. And you get like, I think 200 items to collect, but you don't know what's good. So you're like dumping shit. And
so it's like Fallout.
Yeah.
That's how I feel with Fallout. I'm like, I got to get everything. And then I'm like, I don't need all this fucking stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need 72 forks. Like,
Oh, I do. And then when I get filled up, I just go into the console and give myself carry weight of like 1 billion. So I don't have to deal with it.
and fuck this shit. But like I will say,
I mean, when we first started Pokemon, we kind of ran out of Pokeballs really quick.
yeah. But like, look, like
God
this,
damn, that looks exactly like
yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, it
So, but like you'll
Shit.
see, like these are things that you can fight, and they have this red pillar that just means it's like a really like hard or like there's different colors on the pillars that tell you how like rare. Usually there isn't a pillar. Well, that's probably like a vampire or a fucking horny snake or whatever they are. But then on top of that, like
that's what I call my dick is the horny snake.
like you can make potions. So like you can come in here, you can say like, I have a potion. I can't make one now. But like, you can make different types of potions and stuff like that. But then, these are all the different things. Like you have a specific amount of potions that you can have, specific amount of ingredients, and like everything has a certain amount of and then you can grow shit too. So like everything has, instead of having like one collective, you can collect 300 items. Everything has its own max. So you have a max energy, a max.
Now I'm guessing you have to pay to
do.
max it up on every single.
Yeah, each different thing, and it's like 30. It's not a lot. It really it's like the amount that you can go up. Like, let me see. Even if I like my seeds and water, my seeds and water is at 50. For 150 coins, I can go up by 5. 150 coins is not easy to get. I think I know I had 100
Where
when I
with
started
the
the game.
Probably
Pokemon-
$9.99 to purchase it too.
Pokemon Go. You know,
I have 141 right now, and I accidentally spent 100 to get more energy. So I should have 240.
Yeah.
Where with Pokemon Go, it's 150 to increase the item storage by 50. I think?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So that's.
I don't know. I still haven't done that. I've never gotten enough coins.
Oh, I
yeah.
did.
Oh yeah.
You can do it
just didn't do
now.
the gyms. Yeah,
You can do the
it's so
gyms
much easier
very
now. with the gyms.
easy.
Yeah,
to
there's
now.
no gyms at any places that I'm actually at, so
Yeah.
I just don't do them.
But like I said, the inns are really cool, and the sponsored inns are actually, it's really funny because we saw that there's like an AT&T store, because it's not the same as Pokemon.
Oh,
Because
different
if you go to the mall, like there's the Starbucks in there, it's
Sprint,
the
not
Starbucks
Starbucks.
and Sprint, they're not the same. AT&T sponsoring this one, so we went to the AT&T inn, and when you go into the inn in the game, it's nicer. Like it looks like,
Of course it is.
it looks like a fancy inn and
That's
stuff.
funny.
But I don't think you get
I was
anything
hoping to do
more
like
from
the
it.
inside of an AT&T store.
Yeah.
And then
So there's nobody in there.
And then there's a third building type in the game that isn't in Pokemon, and that's the greenhouse. When you go into the greenhouse, you can pick a random plant, and you get potion items, and you get energy sometimes, and then you can plant something while you're there to like and like I said, you can get seeds and watering cans, and those things can take up from like an hour to like a couple days, and then people can like dump energy into it to when it does like finally mature. Like you'll get more of the item based on how much energy. So that's cool. But the fortresses, I will say, the fortress battles are really cool, and that has a lot to do with the fact that there is
They're better than the eggs for fucking Pokemon Go that no one does.
You know what, let me talk about that real quick. So instead of eggs, there's port keys. So instead of incubators, you get keys. So the golden key is basically the super incubator that you never lose, and then you have silver keys, which are like
super incubate.
right. And
The
then
kids come out fucked up.
get dead, fucked up. And then like this, you get like silver keys, which are I think might be one-time use. I can't remember. But what's kind of cool about the port keys is when they open up, they use the AR really well. So when it opens up, the AR opens and you see like a boot on the ground, which is the port key. And when you touch it, it opens up like a portal into a random room in the Harry Potter universe. So for people that are really into it, like you can walk around Ollivander's shop. When you open up the port key.
That's cool.
So like you can actually, and the thing is like whenever you get one, you have to like collect 5 rack spurts, which is like a Luna Lovegood thing. And each one gives you like a special, like you can get like experience from it. You can get coins, stuff like that. But like you get to walk around the fucking store or whatever this place is and look around.
This would be cool in VR.
Yeah. So like I will say
like the Pokemon one, which is 100% useless.
They use the AR to really fucking well. I still don't use it because it's still horrible trying to catch shit. That just turn it off immediately.
A nightmare.
But the port keys is fucking amazing.
So you walk into traffic or walk into a wall.
Yeah. But what really I think makes this game is the professions. So you get to choose a profession. You can either be an Auror, a Magizoologist, or a professor. And the thing is, each one.
Oh, these two cool things, and then a teacher.
Hey man, I chose the professor.
Typical Hufflepuff.
Those who can't do teach.
And those who can't teach
Jim.
But like it's really cool because like it's like as the teacher, like it's kind of like you're a mix of being like an attack but also like a support. It's like a little bit more of a support class. So like when you're in the fortresses, I can I can't think of the word. Like I can basically put negative effects on monsters that we're fighting. Debuff, thank you. Right, I just said buff. I can debuff monsters, but I can also like throw buffs on people. And then every profession is like strong against something and weak against something. So it's kind of like when you're in there with people, you have to choose like 4 or 5 monsters will pop up in each level of the fortress as you're working through it, and you have to kill like a certain amount. So like you have to say like, well, you're the Magizoologist, you go after this like werewolf or whatever, and like I'll throw some shit on it and I'll heal you while you're in there, and then when you come out I'll jump into like this thing. So it's like, you know, it feels like rather than in Pokemon Go where it's basically like 20 people all standing in the same spot, just like, you know, all killing the same thing. You actually have to you actually have to work on a team. And the thing is 5 people at a time can join up on a team to jump into a fortress. And then it's just like levels, you know, as you go through the levels get harder and harder.
Do you actually draw spells and stuff to do stuff?
Yeah, you do. Cool. It's the same way that you would fight things outside of the fortress.
Okay.
It's just different stuff to fight when you're
I'm just thinking of like when you go do a raid or whatever in Pokemon, you just fucking tap the screen 100,000 times and hope that you win.
It's got that dodge thing, but no one uses it.
It doesn't do anything.
No, this is really I like it because like it'll give you a chance to attack the thing, and then either you get another chance to attack or you have to swipe to do like a defense spell because it attacks you. And so it's a lot more interactive. So when they took the game from Niantic, I felt like they really improved on it, but they also monetized the fucking shit out of this game.
Which wasn't surprising since the last game was heavily monetized.
So if you're playing it casually, it's a lot of fun. If you're playing it like when Pokemon came out the first summer, you're not going to have fun. No. You're going to run into paywalls constantly and you're going to want to spend money. But like, I mean,
if you want to spend money, go fucking for it.
But there's so much shit here.
I haven't spent a fucking cent in Pokemon Go.
Oh, I have. Yeah. I spent a few bucks. I mean, I played the game
you played so
much.
long. Yeah. But also like everybody gets like, as I go through spells, I have a fucking skill tree, you know, like I get these, I can level up myself.
Looks like Diablo.
Yeah. So like when I saw this, I was like, there's a fucking skill tree in here. I was like, this is amazing.
That's so much better. First of all,
there's so much stuff in
skill
here.
trees are something that I absolutely love.
I do too.
I love skill trees.
Yeah. I will say
Can you min-max? That's all I need.
They did a really good job on it. When you first open up the game, it's really intimidating because there's so much shit and there's so much story that they're throwing at you. And I feel bad because it's like,
now, when does this take place?
It's after, it's a few years after, I believe it's technically what would be our current time.
Oh, okay.
So,
Harry,
Harry is
in
the
kids?
No,
not quite.
No,
not yet.
because you're not at the school at all. You are just like wizards in the wizarding world, and you're helping out the ministry.
Okay.
So Harry is head of the ministry, but also Hermione Granger is in there as well.
Okay, so they do have their kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, but yeah,
they're probably if they do, they're probably very young. Actually,
no, they would.
No.
You gotta think though.
It was the early 90s, right?
It was 1998, I believe, was the Battle of Hogwarts. So
right. So his
if they
kids were
had
probably
kids,
born 2002.
let's say 2001, 2000.
Okay, so they're 17 years old. They're actually graduating.
Yeah.
Fuck everything. We're
Yeah.
old.
Done already.
Harry Potter's kids could be graduating. Yeah. So yeah, whatever
Those
those
fucking Potters
years
out of there.
ended up being. But the thing is, like, it's a free game, just like Pokemon Go was. And
So
if
you
you
can
like
put as much as you want
Harry
into it.
Potter, and there's a shit ton of customization. You can choose your house. You can choose your wands. I chose the wood. I chose the core that I wanted. I chose the length of it. I chose how bendy the fucking wand was. You know,
Me and Dom
you
just
know,
winking at each other.
7.5 feet. And then like also, this is really cool. When you're
boy.
taking a picture, there's a bunch of shit that you can pawn on it. Hold on, let's get in there. There it is.
Oh yeah.
There's TJ.
I'm a
So-
fucking wizard.
So you want the lion? Can we get the lion in there?
Uh,
Hold on.
There
it is.
Whoa.
So yeah, so you can take profile pictures of yourself for your, and they give you all this extra shit that you can use the
Yeah,
AR
they
thing
definitely
for.
added on to what
Yeah,
Pokemon Go
yeah, and
had.
that's like something I did was like the scarf and stuff,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you can even do like full like clothes that characters wore in the game. So like, there's a lot of shit.
Oh, so I can be ugly. Sweet.
Exactly. They took a huge advantage of the AR kit that comes with the phones. They did an amazing job. I really do think that Porky Games with Niantic's engine did an amazing job on it. It's just the monetization. So,
Yeah.
but I would highly suggest checking it out as a free game, and not really thinking too much about it. Otherwise, you can get frustrated. So now that we've spent
45 minutes.
talking about all the shit that we're playing, let's move on to a little new news. TJ.
So yeah, I got two things. One really quick is Steam Summer Sale.
Right.
Going on right now. Go fucking spend all your money because
Yep.
there are some really good deals. Right now there's the really good one is Witcher 3
Mm-hmm.
is on sale for like I think like $10
Damn, that's
for
pretty
like
good.
that
Yeah.
and all of the DLC that came
Shit.
with it, which DLC adds like 60 hours of gameplay
That's
because their
insane.
DLC is decent.
Yeah, but the real
Um,
question is, how is Epic Summer Sale?
Pretty unepic.
So yeah, go check out the summer sale. There's so many fucking games on there. It's crazy. And my other thing for nerd news is Vertigo, which
Yeah.
is kind of an imprint of DC, is going away. They were
crazy.
created in '93 for more their adult
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
They just ended up printing a bunch of Batman comics that were bloody.
Yeah, they
that's
were-
really it.
They also came out with a lot of titles that
They
were
did Watchmen, right?
They did Watchmen.
Yeah.
They
no, or was that
did.
Dark Horse.
No, Dark Horses.
They
We think
did
Dark Horse is
Why the
Marvel.
Last Man,
Oh.
Fables, which is fantastic. I've read
Mhm.
I've read it before. They did John Constantine, Swamp
Okay.
Thing, stuff like that. Saga, which is no, not Saga. Hellblazer, which is John Constantine. They've done
Right.
a lot of indie titles. They are being sucked into DC come January 2020. And DC will be redoing their labels, so they'll be also taking in the youth adult young adult focus DC Inc.
Okay.
imprint and the DC Zoom, which is the kids imprint, and pushing them all into DC and then making labels of DC Kids, DC, and then DC Black Label,
Okay.
which will be the adult stuff.
Yeah.
DC After Dark.
Yeah.
Which pretty much Vertigo was.
Yeah.
But
they
the
just
thing
printed
is,
all the adult
I'm
shit.
sure there's a ton of like DC related content that is a little hard, a little more mature that they
Yeah.
probably want to put in there.
Yeah,
Especially
so they're gonna
the
split
Batman,
the
some of the
stuff
Batman stuff.
up to make sense.
Like just like you said, I'm sure it got to the point where Batman stuff got really bloody and
Oh yeah, I had a comic. It was Batman versus Bane. And I mean, like the first couple panels, Bane just shot some dude in
Yeah.
the head, and there was just like blood everywhere. And I was like, well,
yeah.
all right then.
yeah.
I get that when I was like 7.
So yeah, they were created in '93. They were off for a while, but they came back in 2018 for the 25th anniversary of all the Vertigo comics. And then next year they're going to be smushing them all together.
Mhm.
Nice.
They also came out with American Carnage, Goddess Mode, Border Town. It's just a ton of books that over the years, which Vertigo in the 90s made sense. There was a very strict line of adult and standard comics. So
now it's kind of
and it's not as, it blends a lot now. So it's nice to see that they'll all be under one house.
Yeah.
Which will be cool. Like
And
Lucifer it came out of Sandman, which is Neil Gaiman title, which is fan-fucking-tastic. I've read it before. It's great.
And it even opens up to expanding the universe. You know?
I just hope that DC doesn't try and tone anything down.
This was
I don't think they
after
will, but-
Dan DiDio made the announcement that DC was taking in Vertigo, and Vertigo was going to be eaten.
And DC just gonna get darker and grittier.
Every panel is just black.
Karen Berger,
sucks.
who was, I think, the original.
All the Black Label comics are literally just black pages.
The original, I think, CEO of Vertigo, she wasn't too happy
I'm sure.
with the idea. She says, corporate thinking and creative risk-taking don't mix. DC nixing Vertigo was a long time coming, but hey, we changed the game and we had a blast doing it. So she was kind of like, yeah, this sucks, but also, it was a long time coming, unfortunately. And there's a lot of people in the comments were saying the same thing.
Yeah,
That
but I also
they haven't put anything out that was really good in the last few years and stuff like that. So,
but also they don't get I feel like they don't get the branding and the marketing nearly as much as like DC does with that kind of stuff.
And with John Constantine, Swamp Thing being introduced even before the New 52, they were already starting to bring in some adult content. I think that they were testing it with that stuff.
And mixing it more into the DC stuff. Now the DC universe has taken on Swamp Thing and stuff like that and expanded a little bit. So
go check out any Vertigo comics. I mean, they're probably going to relaunch them. Some of them are just going to continue. Yeah. I know Sandman and stuff like that is just going to continue
under Dark Label or DC or
under the Black Label.
The Black Label.
The Black Label. But if you want to check out some good comics, Why the Last Man's fantastic.
Yeah, you always love that.
Fables is great. It's just like a fucking gritty version of all the fables you were told as a kid. Awesome, and they all hang out in fucking Brooklyn. It's great.
Brooklyn at.
So go check out some of those.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to a little Geek On, Geek Off. Dom, why don't you take us out?
Yeah, so I want to end the show on possibly the dumbest shit I've ever heard. So everybody
usually?
knows. Yeah, we really do. So everybody knows that when you get a sports game,
It's broken the shit. In half.
Well, but they try and make it as realistic as possible to real life. So when you get into the stadium, the field, wherever you're playing, there's always ads for stuff around. Yeah. There's gonna be fucking Coke ads and whatever other ads are actually in the stadium are likely going to be in the game. The first thing that I want to say is, I think that if you're going to get those ads in the game, then likely you're getting paid to have those ads in your game. The price of the game should be cheaper. Yeah. And I think that directly goes to...
And seeing as how you don't really improve the game,
right?
Just
Exactly.
change the lineup every year.
Yeah. Annual games should be more... should do that too. Annual games should not be $60 a year. $60 a year? Come on.
Seems like you don't improve it. It's bug filled, and it now has ads.
And it now has ads. So last week, NBA 2K19 has been out since, I don't know, October maybe, something like that.
Usually comes out late the year before.
So initially you're always going to have your surge of players, and then it's going to wane eventually. So I guess they were looking to get a new player base and get them in there.
Which these sports games are huge tournaments too.
Right, exactly.
Like, these are esports kind of shit.
Yep. So the game was on sale for like $3 a couple weeks ago.
Woof.
Yeah. So
it's pretty bad.
I mean, it's pretty good for people who want to play it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So one of the things that they did, I guess, in 2K19 was they have a 2K TV. So when you're doing certain activities, there's going to be like ads and stuff in the background. When they put it on sale for $3, that included a brand new patch that made ads during the loading screens prior to you joining the games that are not skippable.
Awesome.
So if the game has loaded, you got to finish the ad.
So if
it's a mobile game
you would
now.
see like
Yep.
games have like loading screens and they're just like tips on how to play the game or something like that. And once the game's loaded, you can just go.
Yep. But
and
now it's got ads. There was one ad I was just looking up.
Guessing Nike or Adidas or some shit.
No, it's way worse than that.
Is it?
There is an ad
Like
for
jerk-off lube or something like that?
Snowfall, July 10th, Wednesdays at 10 on FX.
What the fuck is Snowfall?
It's a new show that's coming out on FX, and they have ads and commercials for the show for you to get to watch the show while you're waiting for your game to load.
God damn, that sounds awful.
People are, and I say rightfully so, fucking furious.
Yeah.
Because while the game was $3 then, it's not $3. It's a $60 game still, and you are paying $60 to have commercials in your game. The amount of money that they've probably made just putting those ads in is astronomical. This should be a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
Because there are free-to-play games that do have ads in them.
Correct. Every mobile game that I play is a free-to-play game that has ads in it. Like,
that's fucking
which is
insane.
fun
Now,
for
And
a
I'm sure
free-to-play
there's
game.
DLC in the game as well. Yes, no.
probably. You mean microtransactions?
Yeah,
I guarantee there's microtransactions.
Fucking sports games are the worst with
Yeah.
microtransactions.
Fucking, getting stuff. You max out your players, download new players, updated rosters are usually free, but you can usually get legendary players or something, and you have to pay money for it.
Yep.
In-game things.
Soccer ones are huge.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Madden's the same way. Madden's like, oh, you want, you can create a player and have him with 99 stats maxed out. It's $30, and people pay that.
Yeah.
Whereas, 15 years ago, you used to pop in Madden, and you could just do that because it was funny to make your guy OP as hell.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I cannot believe that we're at the place right now where they're putting mobile game unskippable ads in front of that's fucking unreal.
That's insane.
2K should be sued for this.
Yeah.
It's insane that they can get away with putting full ads in a game.
Yep.
And I don't know why they're allowed to do
So
this.
there is some rumor that if you turn the 2K TV option off in the options, those ads won't show anymore. Some people are saying it works. Some people are saying it doesn't work. I don't know. I guess I'm inclined to think that it does work. If it worked for one person, it's probably going to work for more people. Like you probably backed out and didn't save the settings, but still your default setting is to force your players who already paid $60 for your game to watch ads so you can make more money unless they go into your options and turn it off. Get fucked. That's
it's
unbelievable.
ridiculous.
Or again, if you want to do that, free to play.
Yeah.
And I'm
free to
shocked
play.
they're not a EA game. They're, they're
It's
made by
Take-Two.
Take-Two,
Yeah.
and then
They're made by the same people that make
they're made
GTA.
by 2K, and then they're
2K is owned by Take-Two.
Take-Two.
Yeah, Take-Two also owns Rockstar.
Yep. And
Surprise.
Mhm.
same people who make Borderlands too.
Yeah. So now on the flip side,
God, they make XCOM.
yeah, they make a
Red
lot of
Dead,
stuff.
like-
Take-Two is
Take-Two
as big as EA and Activision.
Yeah.
They are one of the
BioShock.
Yeah, they're
I
one
didn't
of
know 2K made BioShock.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
Completely. I always think they're just a sports game.
Yeah, right.
But they actually made some really big titles.
Take-Two is one of the elite publishers. Like
Yeah.
if you go to the upper echelon of publishers, it's EA, it's Activision, it's Take-Two, Ubisoft, Microsoft, and Nintendo.
Yeah.
Those are the six.
Because they're all the parent companies to all of these other ones.
Exactly.
I mean, Microsoft's buying every other company anyway.
Yep. So on the flip side of this, if this led to annual sports games being free to play or insanely cheap, like $10,
Yeah.
Oh,
I would welcome this. If I got to
Are
play,
you fucking nuts? They're never gonna do that.
no, I'm not saying that they're going to. I'm
Oh.
saying if that ever
led to it,
happened,
yeah.
That happened.
I would start playing these games again. I don't buy
Yeah.
sports games anymore because why should you're right. They're not different.
Yeah.
They're just roster updates.
Buy one every 5-6 years.
Exactly.
Or once per
Once per console generation.
Yeah.
I haven't bought a single one for the Xbox One yet.
Yeah.
I haven't bought a single sports game for that.
It's not like you buy a baseball
I
game
mean,
anyway.
well, that's
Buy the
it. That's
show
because there's PlayStation because it's only on PlayStation. If it was on Xbox, I'd probably buy it every year. Baseball is different.
Yeah.
But again, if MLB, I don't know why no other company tries to make MLB games anymore. It's only Sony. It's fucking stupid. But if there was an MLB game that was free to play, but there were commercials before each game, I wouldn't care. I would play that
It
game
would be
every year.
Honestly,
commercials every
Yeah.
2 seconds.
It'd be between
Right.
each inning.
That's the thing is, yeah, exactly. It would be like a
It'd be
regular
horrendous.
sports game.
Yeah.
Or like a regular baseball game.
A game you would be able to get through in less than an hour. It would take you literally 4 hours because
Yeah.
there would be
Yeah.
so many commercials.
Exactly. They would have 2.5 minutes worth of commercials in between each inning.
Yeah. Fuck it, they'd probably put it in between
each batter,
yeah.
each pitch. You have to watch an ad.
Probably
I'd
like a
fucking
quick
kill myself.
one, and then like all the long ones are between innings.
Yeah, I would kill myself.
We're just getting an idea. This is the worst.
Yeah, if
Don't
this
listen
game,
to us.
if the game was $10 or $15 or free to play every
maybe.
year, and while the game was loading before the game, I had to watch a 30-second commercial for something that's coming up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Not
mind.
terrible.
I really wouldn't mind because otherwise I'm just sitting there watching the loading screen and listening to the music. What's the big deal if I have to watch something else? It's going to get annoying because let me tell you, those mobile games, the ads get annoying because it's the same. You know, they recycle them every week.
Ad every,
It's the same ad over and over and over again. So it'd probably get a little bit annoying, but I don't know. I think that would be
They'd
okay.
go overboard with it though.
Yeah, exactly. They either
And
go,
then also still sell the game for $60.
right. Well, that's the thing. There's two options. Either go overboard with it or they sell it for $60.
Yeah.
And I'm not willing to.
You're about to get both.
Yeah, I'm not willing to accept either of those.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Fuck that. Fuck 2K.
If sports games, always fun.
So that's all for us this week. Don't forget to check us out on genfilcast.com. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at genfilcast. Like and subscribe to us on Twitch and YouTube. And if you like what you heard from us, consider leaving us a review on iTunes. And reach out with any questions or topics you'd like us to discuss. And we'll discuss them on air. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Steam Summer Sale.
Also, ending notes. Don't forget to go to extralife.org and donate to us to charity. On July 4th, I will be doing, not to us.
We're giving the money to charity.
The money will go to charity, not to us. On July 4th, I don't know what time
good
yet.
friend charity.
I will be streaming Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past all the way through, beginning to end, in one sitting.
Do it.
So
God damn.
come check us out on Twitch that day. I don't know when it'll start, probably 12 p.m. Eastern, but you can get a notification if you subscribe to us on Twitch or YouTube when we go live. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll also post links there. But come check us out and have fun and donate to charity.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.